Today I messed up by wearing the wrong bra size for many adult years. The females in my family have always been well endowed in the chesticle area, and growing up it was hard to always figure out what bra size I was, considering how cheap my dad was with buying my bras and always rushed me. My mom died when I was 15, so he was the only one who would take me. So over time I never really cared about the size and just occasionally sized up when appropriate. It wasn't until the last few years, though, that I began getting really uncomfortable experiences with my bras and would always size up by number instead of cup size. Up until recently I was wearing a 38D, but when I went shopping at Victoria's Secret for a photo shoot I was doing for my husband, I tried an unpadded 38D bra that fit like magic. Like literally felt like Cinderella with a glass slipper, kind of perfect. You would think that I would have figured it then and there, but no. I assumed it was because it wasn't padded and went on with my day. Because it had a more floral design on the top, I couldn't really wear it every day to work as it would show through my shirts. Long story short, I'm driving to and from work every week, my back hurts and my shoulders are shot to shit, so in the middle of traffic on the 405, it finally clicks that maybe I am a 38D, and I ran to Target after work and bought 2 pairs, and now it feels like I have a whole new back and body. Disclaimer to all women: get sized for a bra by a professional and don't be an idiot like I am. Too long. Didn't read. Wore the wrong bra for years and was unnecessarily in pain because of it. Today I messed up by flirting with my wife. My wife and I both work from home during COVID. I'm working at my temporary desk in our bedroom while she is reading a book on the bed. She's a researcher, so she does this a lot. Reading rather technical books about complex topics that she finds very enjoyable and satisfying, but would bore me into a coma. After many hours reading nearly the whole book, she came to sit on my lap. Being playful, I began to ask her about the book. Are you enjoying it? Does it excite you? Are you aroused by it? Rather typical for our brand of humor. However, with each question she leaned back a bit more from me and her expression changed from flirty to confused to disgusted. Then she said, "You don't know what I'm reading, do you?" She was reading a memoir about child sexual abuse. Cue complete and under self-disgust. I had to ask her to get off my lap and allow me to process the flirty joke gone horrifically wrong. Too long. Didn't read. I accidentally made a sexual joke about my wife reading a book about child sex abuse. Today I messed up by eating ice cream and making social services think my parents are abusive. So not recently, but it still gets brought up in my family to this day. Back when my brother was born, we were living with my grandparents, so space was very tight. One evening when he was 4 weeks old, my sister and I were having tea whilst my brother was in a crib on the floor in the corner. We had ice cream for pudding, which made me a bit hyper. I got up and started jumping around the kitchen like any other 5-year-old. The only thing is I didn't see my brother. The lad had only been around for 4 weeks, can you blame me? I tripped and fell on him, snapping his arm backwards, breaking it. My parents rushed him to hospital where he was bandaged up. But then social services started questioning them as to how a 4-week-old infant had a broken arm. Eventually they managed to convince them that it was an accident and brought my brother home, but they have never let me hear the end of it. Too long. Didn't read. I tripped over my 4-week-old brother's crib and broke his arm. At the hospital my parents had to convince social services it was an accident.